What's up, everybody? Matt Nuzzo. We're here at Reel to talk to you about the new WingRide Model 3. So WingRide was designed by Damien Girardin, who's was previously a Nash designer. He's been designing wings for quite a while, made the few for Nash, and then he's kind of designed a few outside of there. This is, I think he said, his 7th or 8th wing that he's designed. There's some really unique stuff about this one. The reason we got them is because they're good and they work really well. And at Reel, if a product's good, we're gonna sell it. And this is one of the better wings that we've tried. It's a little bit more on the advanced end, you know, so like I found that riding this wing, it did a few things different, and then at the top end, it definitely, like for jumping, had the best hang time. And I'm an intermediate wing rider, you know, I still wipe out all the time, you know, but this has like been a really great wing because like when you jump this thing, it freaking soars, you know. Upwind has great upwind performance, and there's a lot of traction. It has what we call four-wheel drive is what he was calling about it. And I didn't get what he was talking about. Yeah, my wings have four-wheel drive. It's like, what does that mean? Well, when you sheet in the wing, you get a lot of forward speed. So he's like, yeah, it's just like turning the four-wheel drive on the truck. When you go on the beach, it's just like you're kind of not moving, and then all of a sudden, boom, you just four-wheel drive and go. So when you sheet this wing in, boom, it just kind of takes off and starts going, which is pretty unique. You know, less pumping, more sheet in and go riding. Like I said, the hang time's awesome. Upwind jumping's awesome. The things on the bigger sizes that a lot of beginners are like, I want the biggest size, right? So this has a little bit more of a wingspan than other 5s that I've ridden. They go up to the 6 meter in size, and that 6 meter, it definitely goes in some of the lightest conditions I've ever been in is on the 6 meter. But with this bigger wing, you've got a wider wingspan. So one of the issues for beginners is you're touching the wingtip down. It's not that big of a deal. If you're saying, hey, I want a performance-oriented wing that I'm gonna kind of muscle through that beginner stage, it's totally worth it because this wing is awesome. But I did notice that like I was touching the wingtip more because the wingspan. The other thing is when you're transitioning from one side to the other, it wants to just stay on one side. So I go to transition and sometimes I have to like push the wing up and over to get a transition. Again, once you're into that direction, you're locked in and loaded. And part of it is just I haven't ridden it enough, and the handle setup's a little different. Overall, performance-wise, like really, really impressive. That four-wheel drive thing just like, boom, gets you forward speed, which once you're on forward speed, you get up on foil and go. Upwind performance and jumping was just like really, really impressive. Also, they've got really nice wind range. They've got a pretty solid frame, so that keeps you, keeps things rolling for, in gusty conditions or a variety of conditions. So I want to talk about the features that make this thing unique, and you can tell right off the bat, the tension canopy, okay? This has a lot more tension in the canopy than any other wing, right? There's like very little flutter in that canopy. So he tensioned the canopy over the frame to make it, that I think gives you that four-wheel drive. There's not like this huge draft, and the leading edge isn't like gigantic, you know? So like some of the wings to get them solid is they're making the leading edge just absolutely gigantic. So this is kind of one of the unique features I saw was a tension canopy. The strut and leading edge, you know, they seem pretty solid. They do have this kind of little luff area here, which I think allows the draft to move. Really unique feature are the handles, right? So they've got these kind of just long webbing straps. I really liked the handle because you can kind of move your hand around. If anyone's seen that dude Ridiculo on Instagram, he's like a windsurfing wizard that just does crazy stuff on these things, and he's always grabbing the handles all over the place, and just having these two handles I think allows him to get back to the wing really, really easily. So the other things, he's got two deflate hoses on the strut. That's one of the big issues is like when you deflate it is that, you know, they just don't deflate. So good size is that it deflates quick. Bad size, you got to replace the bladder. You got more repair work to do because you got hoses on both sides. They are using the max flow valve. This was something Liquid Force designed. Really love this valve. It's really reliable. We've been using it for 10 years or so. So I trust it. I know it works really well. It does come with the valve. You can see on the bag comes with one of those valves, so you can just put it on any pump, and you've got the valve with it. One handle on the front. Couple things that does not include a leash. They do have an accessory leash. It's, you know, pretty straightforward. I like that it had a Velcro closure on here like a surf leash, because trying to fit, like, you know, crunch up the wrist leash and put it through this little loop here just really doesn't work that well. Yeah, and then obviously you're getting a really nice bag with a small repair kit. Pumps aren't included, and the wrist leash is not included. So those are two important things to know for when you get out there. They do come in a variety of sizes. We've been really impressed. We've used kind of 4, 5, and 6. They do have some smaller wings as well. You know, again, Damien's from Maui, so you got to have those small wings for Maui. He did say that when nobody else is going on this, you know, going in the harbor, he's out there on the 6 and just cruising around and having no issue, you know. So pretty impressive to see the range of these wings, and also just the overall performance. I was like, wow, this is a performance-oriented wing. You sheet in, you get up on foil, and you're jamming. And then when you're overpowered, you feel it, and you can just soar and get really, really nice hang time on them. If you want more reviews, want some more information on the wing ride, check us out at realwatersports.com, or give us a call at 252-987-6000. We'll see you guys on the water.